This is setting your preferences on your PEQ. So let's take REW and we'll go to Preferences and we're going to go to Equalizer. Leave it generic because Goldhorn doesn't have a, there's no Goldhorn in here. That would be too easy. But what we can do is call it a configurable PQ. Hit this, and this sets the defaults that REW will use, and that will help with tuning Goldhorn to REW. And you'll set your sample rate to 48K. It probably is obvious, it's probably default, but 31 bands of filtering. So frequency range set, it actually needs to be 20, not 10. So 20 to 20,000, and that's because Goldhorn has a limit there of 20 to 20,000 as well. So, you start at 20, you can't go 19. It just jumps to 20, so that's an important thing. And then 20,000, same situation here. And this doesn't actually have to be, over here, but if you put in like say 21,000, you can't even get that extra zero in there. So, 20, you can't even put like say 20,500. It just doesn't allow it. So 20 to 20,000, and Goldhorn operates at a 1 hertz step at a time. And again, that's just the limitation of the product. Not that it's a big deal, but you can't put like say a dot here. I'm pressing, but you can't get it. So your gain range, -15 to +15 at 0.1 decibel steps. That's actually a very decent amount of resolution, more than you'll need really. But the reason why we do this is we can go up to 15. Yep. And down to 15, -15. And keep in mind, it's not actually a big deal to stack filters. Like say, you wouldn't want to add 15 and add 15, but you could find yourself in a situation when you need to do a heavy, heavy cut. Maybe there's an extreme peak, and both you, REW, I have to say both, but Goldhorn and REW can both handle multiple heavy cuts to get beyond the 15 decibel range. Not a problem. So set your -15, +15, steps 0.1. Now, your Q, your BW format, I actually screwed around with this and I accidentally made a mistake where I set it to classic Q and then tuned and realized most of my tunes were going completely wrong. And that is because this is all set up on the default RBJ Q half gain. Keep it that way. I'm just going to say it that way. Keep it that way. Your Q range is 0.5 up to 15. And here's what that means with the steps at 0.1. Here's what that means. Q range goes all the way from, and I'm just going to put a big, let's say, I'm just going to save this. We'll set it to 45, Q1, and I'm just going to crank on this, and we can see it come right up. All right, there's 15, right? Now, and that's probably because there's somewhere in here, something that's killing this. In fact, let's just reset it. There we go. And then we'll take this 45 and then just crank it up. All right, now Q on a Goldhorn can go from 0.5, which is extremely wide, or you can get peaky. And I'm just going to crank this all the way, and it goes up to 15. So you'll simply match those up in REW as the range 0.5 to 15 with a 0.1 step in between, and then you hit apply. Okay,